Hello and welcome to the Eureka Effect. My name is Hannah.
And my name is Courtney.
And this is episode 10 of In the Flow. So today we're actually talking about a specific topic. Usually we just sit here and shoot the shit. But actually on our TikTok, we've been getting a lot of questions about affirmations. It's kind of something that we throw around because we've been really practicing these lately. And we want to share and answer all your questions.
So today we're going to be talking about what affirmations are, how they work, when to use them, how we recommend using them, plus share our own personal favorite methods and talk about our own individual experiences.
Yes, now bear in mind that we both have a bunch of notes and we're trying to make this as informative as possible. So if we're reading or seem a little bit off, that is why.
Okay, so positive affirmations, what exactly are they? Positive affirmations are positive phrases that you listen to, repeat, or write down in order to alter your conscious or subconscious beliefs.
Yes, an example of an affirmation is I am powerful. Now, this kind of sounds silly or elementary for those of you who haven't learned about affirmations yet, but they are actually referred to as a scientific prayer in something I was listening to this morning, which prompted me to drop everything and sort of start this process. And we wrote this whole podcast for you because they are the universe's way of writing your own script or rewriting your own script. We talk about often programming that starts in our early ages and how that's not our fault and so on, and how it's up to us to change them. Well, affirmations is one of the best and most perfect ways to do this subconsciously.
Okay, so positive affirmations, how do they work? They work through the power of repetition. The act of repetition physically alters the neural pathways in your brain, which in turn creates new conscious and subconscious ways of thinking. The science behind this is called neuroplasticity. Just like it's said that it takes 21 days to form a new habit, the same goes for a new belief system.
Yes, so an example of this, or like an anecdote, I should say, that will help you guys wrap your mind around this, is in a study, they had two groups of children. Now, one group of children they told were very smart, and the other they told were hardworking when they were doing a task and completing it. So the children who were told they were smart, obviously, same thing with the ones that are hardworking. Those are both, you would think, positive affirmations almost. But as the study continued, they took both of these groups of children and tested them on harder tasks or tests or whatever. And the children that were told that they were smart had a harder time and gave up earlier than the children that were told that they were hardworking. So the way this relates back to affirmations is that these children that were told that they were hardworking were now implanted subconsciously with this core belief that no matter what the task was, they had control over the result because of how hard they worked. Whereas the children who were told that they were smart had the subconscious belief that the problem was too much for them. They did not have the amount of smartness. That is not the word I'm looking for there, but you know what I mean.
Intelligence to
complete
the task.
Exactly, they didn't have it in them to complete the task. So just like this, subconsciously, we get told a lot of things by parents, school, media, whatever. We've talked about this several times. So these cause negative core beliefs that we don't even realize are playing in the back of our heads when we are in social situations trying to film a friggin' podcast sometimes. So affirmations are a tangible way to rewrite this script.
Okay, so essentially how this works is your beliefs influence your expectations. Your expectations influence your behavior. Your behavior influences your actions, and your actions influence the results, which in turn reaffirm your beliefs. So I'm going to try to give you like an example here. So say your belief is that you have bad luck. Your expectation is that bad things are always happening to you. And how that affects your behavior is you're priming your brain to look for those
negative things
instead of focusing on the positive, because you're telling yourself that
all these bad things happen to me. But like, that's life, you know what I mean? Bad things happen all the time at the same time as good things. It's which ones you choose to
let affect your mood.
Yes.
Because by you telling yourself that bad things always happen to you, that is a negative belief. So that is kind of clouding any chance you get
to turn that around for yourself.
Exactly, because you're already writing off that bad things happen to you, so you're not recognizing all of the good things that are happening to you. So you're in turn only furthering your belief that bad things happen to you. And the reason why I say that was because I personally had this belief for so long, and even everyone around me would always point out to how bad shitty my luck is. But over the course of the last year, I've definitely changed that through positive affirmations.
For sure. I feel like, oh, sorry, I'm interrupting you, but I feel like that is just oh my God. I feel like that is cementing the idea of repetition being so detrimental in these situations. So I personally like to... All right, so now that we've presented you with this awesome tool to solve all your problems, you may be asking yourself, how the heck do I actually go about doing this?
Yeah, or when to use them, and how do you start? So it's recommended to use them within the first 20 minutes of waking up or while you're falling asleep, and this is because this is when your brain is in the alpha or theta state, which essentially means that your conscious mind is less active and your subconscious mind is easier to access. You can enter these states of consciousness by deep relaxation, meditation, or even journaling. But the point is to alleviate the conscious mind from thought, so the subconscious mind can observe and truly soak in the affirmations. But that being said, they can be used anytime and anywhere, and some different ways you can use them is to self-soothe, as a distraction or counteracting thoughts, destructive thinking, challenging limiting beliefs, to boost your confidence, your motivation, inspiration, or help speed up the process of manifesting.
Yes, I feel like it is not only a scientific fact, but also a spiritual fact that right before you go to sleep and right when you're waking up are sort of your brain's prime time, because your subconscious...
It's like the window to the soul.
Yes, exactly, because you're slipping into that subconscious, I don't know how to describe dreams, like they're basically filing through your thoughts. Anyway, that is when you have the best access to them. So for me personally, because I suffer from PTSD symptoms, we're going to talk to a doctor about it. I find that in the morning it is detrimental to how my day goes if I listen to affirmations or not. And I am listening to like a specific video every morning. It's 14 minutes, and she also suggests in the video that you listen to them for 21 days to see optimal results. And I would say it's been a week of listening to them every morning. I had one day where I didn't, and then I have been following through for about half a week after. That day that I didn't, oh my gosh. I set myself up for failure. Obviously, there was other self-sabotaging behaviors that sort of fall, but setting up that routine in the morning of the affirmations truly makes or breaks your day for someone like me anyway. And I definitely think that that's possible for everyone else.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree. So I've experimented with different forms of using affirmations, like whether that be writing in my journal or I would listen to them kind of here and there. I've been using them for probably like a year, but I think it was September when I first started like committing to listening to them every morning when I first wake up. And it's made a monumental difference, and I can totally, it really does set the tone for the day. And even if I don't listen to the affirmations within the first 20 minutes, I make sure to do other things that kind of set the tone for the day, like something productive, making my bed, writing in my journal, you know what I mean, getting the ball rolling in a positive way, because those first 20 minutes can dictate how the rest of your day goes.
110%. I would like to say, too, that before I started listening to affirmations at night to go to sleep, I was listening to binaural beats, and you were listening to ASMR. So I think both of us were kind of seeking out something to soothe our subconscious minds, because obviously that is, well, not obviously, I feel like in this moment I've just realized that that is sort of what we're trying to shut out when we turn to alcohol or weed. For me, honestly, whenever I get into a negative thought loop, I used to go have a bowl, and now it's, I'm going to listen to at least 15 minutes of affirmation when I get triggered by something or something that makes me angry throughout the day. Or even sometimes when I'm not motivated, like I'll be laying in bed and thinking about how I don't feel like doing anything, and that will lead to, oh, I'm lazy, and that will lead into this whole other subconscious like deep black hole that I don't ever want to go.
It's a spiral. Yes, exactly. It can do or not do or die, make or break.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of these negative self-beliefs spiral into suicidal ideations and so on. I think that they've actually really helped me with even that, honestly. Like, across the board, there's no good reason to not pick up your phone and plug in and just zone out for 15 minutes and practice some self-love.
Yeah, so I think if you are seeking some alleviation from like negative self-talk, or you're starting to identify what it is exactly you want to change, maybe you have feelings of lack of worthiness or self-esteem issues or
anxiety, depression.
Yeah, that is a good start, is to listen to positive affirmations in the morning. Even if you're not having those issues and you just want to make a subtle change in your life, well, not even a subtle change, a huge change.
Yeah,
I would recommend,
want to rocket yourself towards success, basically.
And also, you can use these affirmations for a whole lot of different things. There's a whole bunch of different methods. There's a whole bunch of different reasons why people use them. It's not always like mental health oriented. It also can be to achieve your manifestations quicker. So, example. I think the first step, if you want to start utilizing affirmations, is identify what it is you want and what you're looking for. So, like, are you looking to just be to adapt a more positive mindset? Are you looking for success, abundance, a lifestyle change, to strengthen your intuition, to overcome anxiety, stress, or depression symptoms? Are you looking for new opportunities, a new home or vehicle, to break an old habit? A new career or life path, your soulmate, money, or material things. Like, you can use affirmations as a way to achieve literally anything, because that's where it all starts, is priming your brain. Yeah.
I think it's almost like, that TikTok that's going around, that's what should be illegal that isn't. I think affirmations is like that manifestation tool that could be really detrimental if all of us as a consciousness really truly believe in the power of them and sit down and take them seriously. I think that we could be very unstoppable as individuals, and then therefore as a group. Not that we're planning on a revolt of anything, or you know what I mean.
No, but just empowerment and like confidence. I personally seen a huge change in, like, there was so many like blocks that I didn't even know that I have, or limiting beliefs, or like it helped me work through things much quicker, and has really impacted the way that I see myself, and therefore the way that I conduct myself, and so on and so forth.
I think on a spiritual level, something that I've wanted to talk about too, and I think this is something that you have touched on as well, is self-deprecating humor, and how that can actually be basically cursing yourself out of your own mouth, which is very powerful. So I personally have taken a step in being mindful of when I'm self-deprecating. And a lot of the times now, just because of listening to the affirmations, I hear that affirmation that I was listening to this morning, and I'll go, wait, no, I'm not going to say that, because I am whatever that thing is. And I'll correct myself after I say things too, or like try to turn them into more of a joke, because I truly, especially because I see the power of how positive, or positive, I don't know why I said that, but positive repetition can affect you. Obviously, it's just as detrimental from the other side. So you have to be very careful of what you're allowing to come out of your mouth.
And what content you're taking in as well. So if you're going to be taking the time to listen to positive affirmations and do the work, then you'll probably notice yourself not enjoying like the same music or the same entertainment. Like it kind of, you become more mindful of how
Those words
powerful
affect you,
everything around you is, and how malleable you are to different energies.
I feel like music has been a big one for you, like personally, that you've realized, holy crap, all the stuff that you're saying in your music and stuff, like it really is. And I mean, after you've pointed out, have also noticed how bad it is, but
well, things that you've said, like songs that I've sung since I was younger, and how much it affected like my importance. Well, it was one of the factors that played on my importance in partying. Like that's all I thought there was to life. That's all I wanted to do was get drunk, get fucked up, and just live my life. You know what I mean? Like that's what I thought having fun was. And I mean, it is still fun, but it's not everything to me anymore. And that isn't just from affirmations alone, but I mean, it's kind of like a whole collective process.
Yes, I feel like everything sort of goes hand in hand, like affirmations, meditation, mindfulness, all that good stuff, which we cover it all. So
and another thing that I wanted to touch on too, this is something, if I could go back and give myself this advice, I would, because I look back in the beginning of, we're going to talk about this in a moment, is a manifestation journal, and like how you can take the affirmations and make them physical and make them more tangible that way. But if I look back at the beginning of my manifestation journal and like my goals, I was very vague. I was very, like, I was all over the place. Like, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. I was judging myself when I was doing it, wondering, oh, is this how you do it? And, like, really...
second guessing your intuition.
And the process, too, because if I just flip through here, you can see how much it has, like, evolved from just point form, like, I am statements and stuff like that, to writing, like, full forced... like scripting, which is something we're going to touch on as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess my one tip is just start somewhere, even if it's like the first 15 minutes in your morning or something like that, and just kind of trust the process and don't give up. At least commit the first 21 days to it and just see where the experience takes you from there.
Yeah, I would even say, honestly, commit to a week, and by the time you're done with the week, you won't want to stop.
Exactly. Yeah, it's crucial.
All right, so that is our little beginner's guide to affirmations. Now, I would like to go into detail about our personal experiences. Now, if you go on YouTube, which is my favorite place to sort of get affirmations, and search I am morning affirmations, there's a video by Alana Fox that pops up. It says it's for women. There's nothing in it that's specifically feminine, so I feel like anyone can listen to it. I feel like that's just a niche. But in the beginning of this video, she goes on a little tangent about the I am statement, and it is so good, and I need to listen to it every morning before I listen to the affirmations, because it's really driving home the power of what you can do for yourself. So 10 out of 10, like I said, Alana Fox is the girl's name who posted it. Definitely try this one out as your first one. Not as your first one, it's up to you.
I also really recommend Leora Alexandra's. I listen to different affirmations for different reasons, but the ones that I listen to on repeat and do for 21 days consistently are so far have been Leora Alexandra's, which I really, really, really recommend.
Yeah, she has a lot of good ones here. There's Repeat, Grow, and Glow. Oh my god, I can't say that. There's Remember Your Worth and Value.
That one's my favorite.
And Heal, Balance, and Align. And those are just a few to name them.
Yeah, so essentially, like, what you have to do first is identify what area of your life you want to change or you want to improve, or what you're trying to manifest, essentially. And if you want to take this a step further and begin your manifestation journey, as I like to call it, a good way of getting in tune to what your needs are is if you are aware of what some of your limiting beliefs are, or what your negative self talk sounds like, write all of that down, and then write a way to counteract that. Like every time that you catch yourself saying like something specific that you might say to yourself, have something ready in your back pocket that you always refer back to counteract that.
Yeah. So for example, I'm gonna spitball some, and you can try and make up an affirmation for me. Oh, I'm so awkward.
Oh my God, I don't know if I can do it on the spot.
You know what? I'm unique in my own way, and how people perceive me is not my
opinion.
Yeah, it's not on me.
And does not affect me.
I don't have enough money for that.
I choose to spend my money elsewhere right now.
That's a really good one. Yeah, so those are like, I feel like I don't have enough money right now. It's
That's a really common one.
And that one is, it stems from a lack mentality, and there's a lot more to, I don't want to say a stingy attitude, but that's what I'm gonna say. There's a lot more to that stingy attitude that can be very detrimental to your manifestations.
Yeah, it's the lack mentality of the scarcity mindset of that is embedded in every single one of us, especially people that have grown up through any sort of public school system or anything like that. That is commonly imprinted on us from our parents. It's something that's passed down. Sometimes beliefs aren't even our own. They come from our parents and other people, and we just kind of latch onto them, and they become a part of our identity.
I'm sure if we sat here and thought about it, there's probably cliches out there that are core beliefs, like negative core beliefs that we as society believe collectively. You know what I mean? Just because capitalism and programming and so on is so deep-rooted, more so than we even realize until we've realized, I guess. Cue the spiritual awakening.
Exactly. So yeah, it's all about catching on to what limiting beliefs you might have and then trying to counteract them. And then another good way to start is write down like what you want. So what are your goals? How do you... How would you like to see yourself? What is it you're trying to manifest? Write them in present tense as if they're already happening. What it is you want to achieve. How is it going to make you feel? Make sure you really tap into how achieving that is going to make you feel, because that's another crucial component in this. It's not only the repetition, it is believing it.
Yes.
And sometimes it takes repetition to start believing it, but another good way is by basically playing pretend. Write a script in your book, or write down I am affirmations, or write down I am so happy and grateful now that I...
There are times where I am about to go on a big old tangent, big old rant, where I'll go, I am absolutely fine. This is all right. Because I know if I don't do that, it's just going to be like a domino effect.
Exactly. And I think another thing to touch on is it takes time to catch it in the moment. It really does. This has been a long, drawn out process of like working through limiting beliefs and blocks that we haven't been aware of. And it's constantly ongoing. But a good place to start is by identifying at least what some of those limiting beliefs are, or just becoming in tune with what you want out of life. Like, what changes do you want?
So also, sorry, I'm going to hop in, because I feel like we've been talking about these core beliefs a lot. And for me, personally, just because of my programming and how my life went, I didn't even realize that these things were core beliefs and that they weren't true to me as an individual.
Absolute truth.
Yes. So like through mindfulness and meditation specifically, once you take yourself and become an observer of your thoughts, you're able to catch these things before they sometimes come out of your mouth. I mean, that's obviously the end goal, is to replace them completely, but you'll be amazed how quickly you start to
identify.
See them popping up. So I definitely recommend, if you have not looked into meditation, that be one of your next steps, because meditation, manifestation, and affirmations all are so intertwined and well, I mean, just like anything else in the universe, beautifully crafted to work awesome together.
Exactly. And you can even, if meditation seems like a lot, I find that if you you can use your affirmations as a meditation, or a lot
Yes.
of tracks on YouTube are combined guided meditations and affirmations. So there's like a lot of different ways you can experiment with it, but it's all about quieting the mind and giving it time to focus on
itself, really.
Yeah, and positive, like nothing but positive information instead of everything else. Like you're taking time to specifically filter in positive, helpful ways
It's like
of thinking.
complimenting yourself, I guess, is the easy way of putting it. Like, you take the time of your day to say, oh, your hair looks nice to someone else. Why on earth wouldn't you do the same for yourself every single day? Because you have to see yourself every single day. So why wouldn't you be the nicest person possible to you? You know what I mean? I'm just going to say that meditation does seem intimidating to a lot of people. And I think that there is sort of a stigma that it has to be, you know, a half an hour drawn out process, and you completely empty your mind and you're humming and you have these mantras and your hands are a certain way. It's definitely nothing like that. Meditation can be 30 seconds of you breathing deeply and repeating to yourself, everything is okay in this moment. Everything is as it should be, when it's not. That is like... That's all you have to do. And when people say empty your mind, it's not about getting rid of the thoughts, but
consciously bringing awareness back to
what is going on in your brain.
Yes, or consciously like bringing your mind back to one focal point, whether that be your breathing, whether that be someone's voice. It's practicing shifting your focus, because it will eventually come in handy.
It's kind of like putting yourself into neutral. Yes. If you wanna talk about shifting, okay, I'm never driving again.
I was just seeing. Okay, so I kind of wanted to elaborate on the physical act of affirmations, or journaling, scripting, using a manifestation journal, because we both do it, but we both do it in different ways. And there's a lot of different methods you can look up. Like there's the 3-6-9 method, which is repeating an affirmation
3 times, another something.
Holding it for so many seconds. I'm not really acquainted. I've only used that a couple times. Like I've tried different methods within my manifestation journal. Yeah. And a good way that I find that it helps me stay focused on my goals, because I'll just give you an example of how the process has evolved for me and how I use it now. So essentially, I identify what I want. So I can do that through like scripting, imagination, visualization. I come to the conclusion of what it is, what change I want to embody. And then the next thing I'll do is acknowledge how far I've come, or kind of show gratitude for how life has led me to at least want to make this change. It's kind of about like finding the silver lining, acknowledging the progress that you've made already, and that is kind of tapping into your gratitude, which is a key for manifesting.